Hello my friends, it's Danny and today I am sharing a delicious, fudgy, healthy brownie recipe that uses just a handful of ingredients, is 100% gluten-free, can easily be made vegan, and outside of the chocolate chips, uses no added sugars. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I have an 8x8 glass baking dish that I'm gonna spray down with a little bit of cooking spray. You could also just coat it with a little bit of butter or coconut oil, whatever you have on hand and or whatever you prefer. Now for the base of these brownies, I'm using mashed bananas, but do note that you can easily swap out the same amount of applesauce for the bananas. Both roads lead to Rome. As a matter of fact, if you don't want the flavor of banana in your brownies, I recommend the applesauce. But the bottom line is they both work. You need 1.5 cups of mashed banana or 1.5 cups of the applesauce. Now, if you're using bananas like I am, you want to make sure that they're nice and ripe because the browner the banana, the sweeter the banana. And we're really leaning on the banana to help sweeten these brownies. So the riper they are, the better. So I'm just gonna break up my bananas. I'm gonna use 3 good sized bananas, mash them in a bowl with the back of a fork until I have a nice puree. And then here's all we have to do from here. So I've got a nice big bowl, and into that, I'm gonna start with my mashed banana or your applesauce. Then I have a 1/2 cup of all natural almond butter. Remember, the only thing that should be in the ingredient list here is almonds and maybe some salt. Then I've got 1 egg, which can absolutely 100% be swapped with a chia egg or a flax egg for all of my vegan friends out there. Then I have 2 cups of superfine almond flour. This is gonna add a good dose of protein and some healthy fats. A 1/2 cup of cacao powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, just a side note, cacao powder and cocoa powder are very similar. The biggest difference is that the cacao powder is not heated, so it's a little less processed. Therefore, it has a more robust nutritional profile. With that being said, cocoa powder also has great health benefits and is more affordable. So all that to say, they both work in this recipe, so use whichever one works best for you. Now that I have everything in the bowl, we'll give this a nice big fat stir until we have a batter formed. And the consistency and the texture, it's gonna look just like this. It's gonna be thick and gooey, just like a brownie batter. Then my final step is to stir in a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. You can do milk chocolate, dark chocolate, semi-sweet, they all work. If you're looking for an option that's lower in sugar, you can buy a brand like Lily's, which offers a stevia sweetened chocolate chip as well. That's a good quality product and I highly recommend it. I always keep a bag in the house. Once my chips are all distributed throughout the batter, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this into my prepared baking dish, okay? So you just get it in there, even out the top a little bit, just get it as even as you can, and then I like to just add a few extra chocolate chips over the top. It just looks really pretty and it lets people know what is to be expected. I'm gonna pop this in the oven for 30 minutes or until the brownies have set through and the kitchen is nice and fragrant. Remember, whenever you're making baked goods, the minute your kitchen starts to smell really delicious, like you wanna take a bite out of the air, that means your baked goods are just about done. Oh, they look so good. Now from here, it's very important. You have to let the brownies cool before you cut into them because they are so rich and fudgy. If you cut them while they're hot, it just gets very messy. So you can let them come to room temperature or you can pop them in the fridge and let them get nice and cold. They're delicious either way. But once it's time to cut into them, you can either cut them into 9 or 16 pieces and they should pop right out of the pan just like this. Oh, they are so rich and dense and fudgy. You're not going to believe that you are essentially eating bananas and almonds and cacao powder. It really is kind of mind-blowing. It blows my mind, that's for sure. So good. I can't wait for you guys to try this recipe. And when you do, make sure you take a picture and tag me on Instagram and Facebook so I can see all of the clean and deliciousness you're whipping up in your very own kitchens. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies and I will see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers! That uses just a handful of ingredients. Boop! That uses just a handful of ingredients, has boop! Ha ha! Here we go. Hello, my